Good morning, everyone, near and far. We'll be listening to the sound of my voice. This is Minister Tracey. I thank you, Lord. I bless your name, Jesus. I just want to tell God how much I love and appreciate Him for waking me up this morning. For He's an awesome God, an all sufficient God, a God that we can depend on and rely on. There is no other name but the name of Jesus. Father, I give you thanks and I give you praise. This morning, I just want to share a quick devotion with you from Psalm 61. I'll be reading from verse 1 to verse 4. Hear my cry, O God. Listen to my prayer. From the end of the earth, I call to you. When my heart is overwhelmed and weak, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. A rock that is too high to reach without your help. For you have been a shelter and a refuge for me, a strong tower against the enemy. Let me dwell in your tent forever. Let me take refuge in the shelter of your wings. It's when I just want us to understand what David meant, as so many of us, when we cry for God to answer our prayer in time of difficulties. Sometimes He do not answer as quickly as we want. Sometimes He don't come the time that we want Him to come. But trust me, He's an on-time God. He's an on-time God. See, when our heart is overwhelmed, sometimes there is not even words that might come out from our mouth, but just tears and groanings. You understand? Sometimes it never comes. He never answers as quickly. And the psalmist said, from the end of the earth, I will cry. But it was not a cry to give up. He didn't cry to give up. But it was a cry knowing that God will still answer in spite of how I felt, in spite of how you feel, in spite of your overwhelmness of your heart, in spite of the weakness of your heart. We still cry to God, knowing that He will still answer. Father, he needed a rock, a place of security, a rock that is higher than him. And today we need a rock that is higher than ourselves. We need God to lead us. Because when our heart is overwhelmed, when it is heavy, we cannot speak no words. God said He will be a shelter for us and a refuge. He will be a shelter because that shelter will be higher. So high we will find refuge in that shelter. He will be our shelter. He's our strong tower against the enemy. He's our strong tower this morning. He's our strong tower this morning. We can find refuge in Him. We can find peace in Him. When our heart is troubled, when our heart is overwhelmed, we can find peace. We can find solace. We can find refuge. This morning, people of God, I want to say to you, in spite of what is going on, find refuge in the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Find refuge in Him. Find refuge in the rock. It's time for us to put ourselves on a side and lift up the rock above ourselves. It's time for us to put ourselves, crucify our flesh, and put the rock above ourselves. Because that rock is higher than us. It is higher than anything Father, this morning I just want to thank you for this word. And even though my heart seems heavy, God, and overwhelmed, I put my trust in you this morning. I put my trust in you this morning. I put my trust in you this morning. So I thank you this morning. I bless your name. And I thank you for this word, God. For you said your word shall not return to you void, but it shall accomplish what it was sent to do. I bless you, people of God, in the name of Jesus. That is higher than I, for thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. So when my heart is overwhelmed, oh, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I. That is higher than I. That